Hey, barbecue friends and family, we got great big news for you today. We bought the Kansas City BBQ Store here in Olathe, Kansas. That's right, the iconic, the legendary brand, the Kansas City BBQ Store. American Fire, we bought this thing. We're so happy, we're so proud to own this brand in Kansas City. We're ready to bring it to life again. Come on in and take a look. Hey, I'm Greg Hasty with American Fire Barbecue and Grilling Supply, now the Kansas City BBQ Store out of Olathe, Kansas. Hey, we're here today to talk about how we got started, in barbecue. What makes you decide to go into the crazy world of retail sales, especially barbecue, right? I think my view into this come from being involved in competition barbecue. My wife and I had started a team back in 2014, 2015, and we had become pretty accomplished on the trail, doing 25 plus weekends a year in competition. And we just really learned very quickly that there was not a space in Kansas City on the Missouri side for a store. There's always been this great store in the Kansas side, but in Missouri, it just wasn't represented. There was not a professional barbecue store that served and had the expertise and the knowledge of staff to serve the community well. And we felt like that was something missing. And I've always wanted to open a business. I've always wanted to be in business. And, I think honestly, COVID jumped me off the cliff, to be perfectly honest with you. I was talking with a friend, and after 30 years in the corporate world, COVID probably just kind of said, if you're going to do it now. Now, I don't know how smart opening a business at 53 is, because it's like, wow, that's a whole nother world. Everyone thinks it's easy, but that's how we got into barbecue, and we love it. We decided to buy the Kansas City BBQ Store. Well, I don't guess we decided. We actually thought it was time to scale. Devin and I have been working, American Fire so hard, so long, and we knew in Kansas City it was time for us to scale, store number 2. And we were looking maybe at the heart of OP, Kansas, somewhere around there. And I had heard from some people, I was down in Memphis at a class, and I heard from a good friend that's a barbecue guy, and he'd been connected with the Kansas City BBQ Store, and they might be willing and open for a discussion about maybe making some changes. The owners of the Kansas City BBQ Store are legendary, they're iconic, they're Joe's Kansas City, the restaurant. And it just turns out maybe they weren't in the business of retail anymore. They're in the restaurant business. And I'm glad I made the phone call. Right. I think it was a good opportunity for us to call them and say, hey, we're interested if you are not interested in being in this business anymore. And it worked out. It's a long process, but it worked out.
Right.
What do you think, Devin?
Yeah, Dad brought that attention to me because, like you say, we were still looking for a spot maybe over here on the OP area. A few spaces, they were just going to be overly priced, too much for us for what we're trying to do as a small family business, and presented it to me. And so then probably a week later, I made myself over here just to kind of take a look at everything, and came back and I was like, let's do it. Let's just go for it.
Well, and I think the easy decision is, I mentioned it earlier, iconic, legendary brand. This store will celebrate 20 years next year in 2026. It's the OG, man.
This is the store I bought. Mom and I bought Dad's first
bought my first smoker. My first Traeger smoker came from here, and I really got to learn about Dan Hathaway, the old person who used to run this store. And Dan really invited me into the store and introduced me to the rest of competition barbecue. And that's not what this store is about. It's not competition barbecue, but competition barbecue did bring us to the community of barbecue. And I appreciate that every day. And like I said, this store is the OG. It's the one. So we're very proud to be the owners of this store now.
We've been in control now for about 90 days. And those first 90 days, we've done a lot of transitions here. At the beginning of it, you walk in, probably just saw a bunch of rubs and sauces. We've changed that up now. We've got new grills in here, more grills, soon to come, outdoor kitchens. We've got one thing they did a little bit of, but not at the same scale we're doing up there in Lee's Summit at American Fire, is we brought in meat, tons of meat now for everybody to come get. Same stuff that we like to use for competition. It's just good quality meat, and that's just stuff that we want to continue to provide people over here on the Kansas side that we've been doing on the Missouri side.
Let's be honest, Devin's really modest about this. The first 90 days, absolute hell. Absolute chaos, if you got to know the truth. I looked at Devin and I was like, what did we just do? And we haven't looked back ever since, but we had gotten so comfortable in what we had done the last 5 years with American Fire. It, honest to God, was like starting all over again. Right. And it was chaos, but a lot of that's just new and getting ready for the vision that we have for this store. What we build in American Fire is going to be different than what it is here. It'll be a lot of the same things, but it's also going to be different. Devin mentioned it. You know, it's a rub and a sauce store here, and man, it's just such great traffic, such great community involvement around here. But man, we're going to bring you the grills. We're going to be the high-end grills, the best grills, the outdoor kitchens. We're going to bring you everything that you've come to love about American Fire at Kansas City. What's our vision for the Kansas City BBQ Store? We've mentioned it a little bit maybe already. It's really trying to transition this store into being that community store. We want it not to be a rub and a sauce store. We are all those things, and we sell the best selection of rubs and sauces around, and we're still going to do that. But man, the way we look at our stores is they are community-based stores. We look at barbecue like family, sharing, community, and we want it to be a one-stop shop. What's different than us in the big box? I don't care if it's the blue store, the orange store, the Walmart's, whatever store you want to look at. We are very different. The staff that we have in our stores are experts in this field. They're experts in barbecue. We have the knowledge. We're here to help you cook. We want to help you find a new recipe, or we want to help you learn how to figure out that nasty brisket and make it better and make it good. But in the same time, we have really become specialists in designing your outdoor space. You want to make that patio the best outdoor living space for your family. We become experts in doing that, and we have the tools for it. We love being able to work with our community on this. And again, one-stop shop. We got the best meats for you, not grocery store meats. We got high-level meats, certified Angus prime beef. We got Prairie Fresh prime pork, ribs, butts. We've got pork chops. We've got some Iberico pork chops in a rack of the chops, which are an incredible piece of pork to eat. So again, I think we're looking at it like family one-stop shop. Come let us help you find the best grill for you. Not just the most expensive grill, the best grill that fits you.
Yeah, we appreciate the customers that they had built in the past. We appreciate all the support that we've been seeing. Everything from our team here helping, getting things the way we need to, from inventory to getting grills in here, to just our customers coming in and seeing and how excited they are to see some of those changes. And so we just really appreciate the patience our customers have had with us the last 90 days and trying to do what we're doing here and trying to get this thing a new facelift. Brighten it up, and everybody's been very excited for it.
100%, Devin's right on there. We 100% appreciate the community and the customers, the customer base that the Kansas City BBQ Store has enjoyed and built over the last 19 years. And we hope that you'll keep coming in, show us that same support. You're going to see a lot of change, a lot of good changes, and we hope you'll like them. So come and see us.